Hey guys, Theme Park Mark here, and this is the last day of this trip, this 4-day weekend trip here to southeast part of the United States, and I'm starting the day at Fun Spot America at Atlanta. Very excited to get back on ArieForce One for the first time in a couple of years for me. Got plenty of rides here a couple of years ago, right after the coaster opened. Also going to head back to Six Flags over Georgia later today for hopefully more rides. Like I mentioned in yesterday's vlog, still got a couple more coasters left to do, and still want to do a Twisted Cyclone during the day as well. So let's head on into this very quiet park. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's only a couple of cars here, and the park is about to open. So let's head on in, have some rides, and excited to take you guys along with me for the ride as always. Let's giddy up. So this park, Fun Spot America, is on the outskirts of Atlanta, kind of in the middle of nowhere, and you just have this massive RMC here. ArieForce One, yes, it opened a couple years ago. Got plenty of rides on it that year. I had a season pass for all the fun spots. That has since expired, so I'm probably just going to do a wristband today, or maybe I can renew that season pass that expired a long time ago. But let's head on in, see if they're gonna open ArieForce One with it being this quiet. If not, we'll just kind of explore the park and ride some other rides. So let's head on in. Dylan's getting his credit on the Sea Serpent. I saw it running before.
Yeah, but that ride out might be here.
Oh no, Rolo, what kind of rides are these?
I believe that's referred to as a BS flat ride.
But I love them.
You do.
There's a Matterhorn here. I think it's called Riptide. I saw it running a moment ago, but I don't see a member of staff. There's also Scrambler. I'd like to ride both of those before heading back to ArieForce One. And Dylan is on Sand Serpent, which I've already ridden. I don't need to ride that again today. Only a doozy. Felt that from here. Alright, let's have a ride on this Matterhorn called Riptide. I can only imagine what Rolo's.
Backwards? I did not sign up for backwards. There's another one called Riptide.
Yes, it is a BS flat ride, as Will calls it, but I still have fun, so that's really all that matters, right? We do see a coaster testing, Hurricane. You want to ride that, Dylan?
Let's go.
All right, let's feel the jank. And we'll probably have a ride on this Scrambler. This is a, Hurricane's an EF miler, right? I think. I probably have to look that one up, I forgot. There's one in Florida as well. But yeah, I remember this being extremely jolty, janky, you name it.
Yeah,
let's have a ride on Hurricane.
Right.
Yeah, it is miler?
Yep.
Got it right. All right, let's have a ride on this.
Full train, let's go. Oh, Lord help us. Hands up the whole way, right? No, I'm not. How hard that load is working. I already know how this is going. Good so far. Oh, okay. A little floater there. Okay, I saw this. Oh, I saw this. That's what I saw. Oh. Yo, air time. Oh my god. And we're done. Oh, get me on a better coaster.
All right, that was Hurricane. Dylan, what'd you think?
You know what? Other than the two obvious janky transitions,
Yeah, the turns.
it's not that bad.
Okay.
You get a little bit of floater in front, nothing else though.
Yeah.
Not even really any side frictions. Weird.
The best thing I could say is I'm still alive. So let's go ride a better coaster. Actually, I think the Scramble, there is a ride up there now.
Yeah, Scrambler.
They kind of migrate from ride to ride based on who's waiting for what, so that's perfectly fine. Let's see if we can have a ride on the Scramble before ArieForce One. Promise we'll get there. All right, so that was a Scrambler here, and actually the way to get into it is a little bit different than most. Usually you have a little pin and then you pull the handle out. On this one, the ride-up has to actually open and close the doors. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That was different on a Scrambler. Dylan, good ride on the Scrambler?
It was good.
Yes. We had to balance out the
Yes.
weight, and so we had to sit across from each other.
Don't balance out. There's a cross brace underneath that before it gets going and gets the forces on the side, it like, if it's too much weight, it'll hit the bottom.
Right.
It's not pretty.
No, you definitely have to have a weight balance if you have multiple people on it. But it was just us, nobody else. We're headed back to ArieForce One, finally. Yes, and then I think we might have a ride on Hot Seat as well as the other kind of flat ride. And they're gonna do the go-karts as well. But let's have a few rides on this RMC masterpiece, ArieForce One. It's in my top 20. We gotta check out this truck first too. Monster truck.
That's awesome.
Still kind of a random spot for it, but yeah, that's still cool. All right, onward to ArieForce One. Let's have a few rides on this. It is a Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon, early afternoon, right? 1 o'clock. It is super quiet here. I mean, it's usually pretty quiet, but I think this is definitely the quietest I've ever seen it here. Last time I was here, it was also on a Sunday, and I think I rode ArieForce One maybe 30 times, I want to say, before leaving. So I've had plenty of rides on this. It is a fantastic RMC. I think it's in my top 20. So yeah, let's have at least 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 rides on this. Here's the entrance for it. It is just incredible that they built this here in this small park in Georgia. This is a world-class coaster. I'm excited to get back on this. rolls in the back seat on this one. Alright, ride number one, back row. Amazing. Just as amazing as I remember. Oh man. The zero G stall is fantastic. I think that's my favorite element of the ride. Yeah, the downward roll there in the middle of the ride I think is fantastic as well. Oh man, this is just amazing ride. Quad down is very brutal on the thighs, of course. We're going back around for a ride in the front. I think they're gonna take the front row. I'll be in row 2. So let's have another ride on the ArieForce One.
All right, ArieForce One, ride number 3.
Ride number 2 for
Ride number 1.
hot seat.
Flat ride just spin you around and around and around. Like, what else do you get from that?
I have fun. I enjoy those.
I should have actually point of viewed this one.
All right, ride 3, front row.
Ride 4.
Ride 4 for him. rides back to back to back to back to back on ArieForce One. I think it's time for a drink break. I don't know how many POVs you guys saw. Maybe I'll put them all in, or at least just from the first drop in. These guys join me. What'd you think, ArieForce One?
That was amazing.
Loved it. He said it's the worst ride ever. I don't agree, all right? This is such an amazing ride here. They've got some open space here as well. And I was hearing a couple years ago, maybe they were gonna put in a wooden coaster next. That was the rumors. Here there's one for sale in Texas. I think that might have been sold already, but it hasn't been announced to who. Is it coming here? Switchback? I think that'd be an amazing fit for this park. Because you know, we were just discussing how some of the little kids that have been on the ride here today have not really enjoyed it. They've kind of been, you know, crying at the end and did not like it all. And that's kind of understandable because you got all these quiet rides here for the kids all throughout the park, and then you get on this. Yeah, that's a huge jump. So maybe a stepping stone coaster here would be perfect for the kids to kind of warm up, to maybe have a ride on this and not get upset about it. But yeah, this is just a world-class ride, as I said, top 20. I'm gonna need a hydration break right now and probably come back for more rides. We do want to do hot seat as well, the little swing on the other side. And also check out the diagram of ArieForce One that does kind of map out the elements, because I don't really remember which ones were called what, but you have like the little death roll here. That was, I was talking about, that was my second favorite element after the 0G stall right there. But for right now, drink break. Here's a couple of them right here. Raven Trust dive. It's at the start of the ride. Fakie airtime is towards the end before you do the turnaround. I think there's more of these kind of scattered throughout. I'm going to try and find them. I think the other diagrams were over here, but they seem to be replaced. So I think it's just the one. I couldn't find any more diagrams, so I think it's just the one that we were looking at. They're off doing go-karts. I'm going to get a couple more rides on ArieForce One here before we're going to head out and over to Six Flags Over Georgia. Just have at least one, maybe two more rides on this RMC. Alright, well, no more rides on ArieForce One, sadly. We are having some issues and got to get out of here to head on over to Six Flags Over Georgia. I absolutely do love this ride and love this park. Maybe need another mid-tier ride, like I said. Maybe Switchback. We'll see if they maybe bought it and can bring it here. For now, I think we're going to head on out and head back over to Six Flags Over Georgia for a few more rides before, sadly, bringing it into this trip and flying back home. Well, let's head to Six Flags Over Georgia next.
Please remain seated until directed to exit. Please remain seated until directed to exit.
Have to pry them off the go-karts first. Alright, we are so back. Six Flags Over Georgia. We're in the other parking lot today. This is the one that I usually park on. There goes Batman. Only have maybe a couple hours. We're gonna try and get the remaining coaster credits for Dylan. And I'm probably gonna have another ride on Twisted Cyclone as well. They have to go to the airport afterwards. My flight's not till 10 o'clock tonight, so maybe we'll be coming back here. I'm not sure yet. Of course, I'll see what we can get done here. Six Flags Over Georgia. Second visit on this trip. Let's have some rides. So Dylan's got to go do Funhouse Coaster. I figure, how about a couple rides on Twisted Cyclone, and we'll meet up and do Bluehawk at the back of the park. So let's head on in, a couple rides on this RMC, which would be my second RMC of the day. Let's have a ride.
Oh yeah.
Start with the front row ride on Twisted Cyclone. ride on Twisted Cyclone, and I am now officially deaf. There was some pretty crazy screaming from the girl behind me, but still enjoyable ride for me anyway. Although she was saying she loved it at the end of the ride, so can't complain. I'm gonna head back for another ride on this RMC, probably maybe a back row this time. We'll see what I can get, but let's have one more ride on Twisted Cyclone before moving on and finishing up the rest of the coasters at this park. Row ride there on Twisted Cyclone. Second best in the park. Still behind Goliath for me. But yeah, I mean, it's a good RMC. I think it's kind of a low tier RMC. Baby Steel Vengeance, as I was talking about yesterday. But it's still a fun ride. I love it. Gonna continue on to, I think Bluehawk is next, and followed by maybe a ride on Goliath. And still gotta do Georgiascorcher, so that's the plan for now anyway. Until next time, Twisted Cyclone. Alright, before Bluehawk, I had to stop in the VIP lounge for a beverage, some air conditioning, and some football. I'll probably be watching the Cardinals replay. Anyway, they're playing the Niners today. I'll probably watch that on the plane home. Hopefully they win. Go Cardinals. I was wondering why the Jets and Buccaneers was on TV here, but it's a game-winning field goal try. That's why. He got it. I don't care about the Buccaneers though. Pains me to say it, I actually forgot about Monster Mansion. We're still trying to finish up the rest of the coasters here. But yeah. I pretty much ride that every time I'm here too. And yeah, just totally slipped my mind today. Headed back to Bluehawk now. That'll be the next ride. Yeah, usually I try to get at least one ride on Monster Mansion every visit. It slipped my mind today. I don't know if there's gonna be enough time for it. If there isn't, at the end of the vlog, I'll put a POV of that in from previous visits. But for now, headed back to Bluehawk for the next ride. We're just getting in the rest of the coasters today. It's really all we have time for. All right, how about a Vekoma Looper Bluehawk? It's beautiful to look at. Not the best of rides. I think it's pretty enjoyable actually. I don't remember ever getting too beat up on this. Let's have a ride on Bluehawk.
The newer vacation movie, 2015?
No, I still haven't. I don't know how I haven't. Finished? Yeah. It's a picturesque coaster. pretty comfortable.
This had the old
Oh my god,
one.
no.
Yep, that. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah. So that was row 11, I think. Front row of the back car. Yeah, it has the best restraints on it, so pretty comfortable. A little bit of jostling around, but it would have been obviously a heck of a lot worse with the regular over-the-shoulder restraints that Vekoma has. So yeah, that's why I remember the Bluehawk being not bad at all. It's because of those restraints. I think we just have time for one more ride. I'd love it to be Goliath, but he still needs Georgiascorcher. So that's where we're headed. B&M stand-up coaster at the front of the park, and then we're probably gonna head on out of here afterwards. Yeah, Bluehawk. Decent ride, decent ride. There's Great American Screen Machine. Did that yesterday. Check out the day one vlog if you haven't already. All right, last coaster of the trip. B&M stand-up coaster. Georgiascorcher. Let's have a ride on this. So back row ride on Georgiascorcher that finishes up all the major coasters at the park. Dylan got all 14 credits. Yeah, it's a successful trip, I'd say. I mean, I don't know, for me, the B&M stand-up coasters, I usually bend my knees a bit. I'll kind of almost make it a sit down, really. And kind of stick my head forward through the restraints with a pretty long neck. So that kind of minimizes the head banging. I honestly would still prefer pipeline at, there goes Goliath, I'd rather be on that. I still would rather ride, have the pipeline trains added to all these B&M stand-up coasters. Would you agree, Dylan? Pipeline?
I haven't been on pipeline.
I know you, oh, okay.
But I imagine
you know the concept.
Anything is better than the
Well,
B&M
yeah,
stand-up.
that's true.
As a runner.
Yeah, they can be pretty uncomfortable if you're just standing up straight. So, did forget about Monster Mansion. Sad. But I will put in a POV from a previous visit right now.
As you travel and float, keep your hands on the boat. Oh, and remember, don't go near the marsh. Lucky for you guys, I found this here cannon.
Now, don't you just feel like singing?
So, are we to infer that the open-ended ending of Monster Mansion?
Alright, so that'll wrap things up for this trip here to, I guess, the South, Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. A pretty whirlwind weekend, as these trips usually go. But I had a blast. It was great hanging out with Dylan and Rolo and April as well. I think they're at the car waiting for us. But it's always great being able to travel with friends and ride and enjoy coasters together. So as I head on out of here, thanks so much guys for watching. As always, up next for me is a move to Southern California from Northern California. It just got too expensive in the Bay Area. And yeah, I just love Orange County. So I'm very excited to make that move next month. They'll put me out of commission for the parks anyway for a little bit. But still more trips to come in the future. I think I'm probably gonna try and make it to Silver Dollar City in November for the holiday event. I'll probably do some local parks a lot as well around Southern California. Stay tuned for that. For that, signing off from Six Flags Over Georgia. Take care, guys.